Today, we are talking about vibrations of how you can attract the success that you want in life. Obviously, I'm not alone. I've got two amazing coaches in the studio, so stay tuned for we are going to unpack the topic. My amazing coaches, welcome. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
My name is Thabiso Mailula, famously known as Coach Thabiso. I'm a NLP trainer, master NLP coach, and yes, I'm the founder of the first Black-owned NLP training company in South Africa, or in Africa. Yeah.
Woohoo!
So yeah, that's me.
All right. Okay. Danielle, please introduce yourself.
Wow. Thank you so much. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you and your team for bringing us here.
Yeah.
My name is Daniel Mgui, as you've said. I'm a coach, a life coach, a business coach, but mostly based more from the premise of understanding the law of attraction, that you are the creator of your life. The life you see mirrors how you are thinking. So that's who I am, yes. I have a company called Daniel Mguye Global and also Pasa Global, which I do different things. But for what I do under law of attraction, you get me from Daniel Mguye Global, yes.
Okay,
yes.
All right, great. Yes. What actually, a law of attraction coach, what made you to become a law of attraction coach?
Okay, for me, from a young age, I had a desire and a dream to become a millionaire in the age of 25.
Yes.
I reached that dream.
Woo!
But you know what happened to me at that time? It happened that I became more afraid of losing money.
Okay.
Then the intensity of the fear that was engulfed me and that time made me, within a year, I lost everything.
Exactly.
I got divorced, I lost everything. But one thing that clicked on me in that moment, man, it seems like the same energy I was using to create, it's the same energy that turned to bite me again.
Okay.
Then I said, man, there's something I don't know about myself. Then let me find out, what is this?
Sure.
Then this is when I started realizing, man, this is me. I have the power to create. I have the power to destroy. Sure. That thing is within me. Now, is that this thing, it happened me unconsciously, which means the sword that I was using, my hand was not stable enough to understand it. Now let me get to to get hold of that sword, let it be under my control and create the life I want. That's how I started the journey, and it has been beautiful.
I love that. And as well, so you say that you had to see your experience that there's something that is not right. But literally, what made you to be, is it you being in awareness of saying, I had this, but now I don't have this? What made me to be where I am now? What really triggered to say that maybe I'm my own enemy, or is the energy type of set?
You know, I think the way events that were happening around, because I was based from the area of Rustenburg. If you remember the Marikana issue, at that moment, it happened that every day, because my business was more connected with the mining, and now in Rustenburg, we're not doing business with the mines as entrepreneurs for 11 months. So it meant that there was no income. Okay. But this is something that happened. During that time, I was more of a victim. Waking up in the morning, waking up to the TV, blaming Matunja, with, you know. Sure. So now, and it happened that now every day, but I will be aware that every time I'm attracting more people who are complaining like me. So now every time, so it's happened that every time, and then I said, okay, man, there must be something here. That seems like I don't see anybody who's seeing a better situation. Everyone that I see is complaining and everything like that. Then after that subside, after I lost everything, now I got nothing to lose. The fear was gone. So I lost now. Sure. You see, it happened that it seemed like there was something like that light that shone on me. But now I started seeing other people, the friends who were doing well in spite of whatever. But the time I was going through that period, I could not see any one of them. They were not in my experience. Sure. That maybe, the issue was not about the the outside circumstances of the strike. The issue was about me.
Hey.
Why I could not see them while they were there.
They were there. They were there still.
You understand? That means the businesses, I destroyed them myself.
Ah, okay.
I built them, but I destroyed them
yourself.
myself.
Wow,
then I said, okay, now let me take responsibility.
Sure.
I got off of the car or a wagon of complaining,
Sure.
victim
Being a
mentality.
victim, yeah.
Then I said responsibility. I
Yeah.
started teaching myself, you created all that mess. That means whenever time I meet a person, I don't talk about what situations, I talk about what I did to myself.
Ooh, I like that.
Then I claim back my power.
Ooh, claim it, claim it, claim it. I love that. Coach Thabiso.
I think maybe just to add on what he's just said. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, they say a well-lived life is a life that is carefully examined. And a lot of us, when we fail or when we succeed, we fail to examine how we
Hey,
lived our life.
I hear
We
you.
fail to examine the strategies that we use to succeed,
Yeah.
the strategies that we use to fail.
Fail, yeah.
And what you've done there, Danielle, is you shared right now that you reflected on both.
Yeah.
You reflected both on how I got up there.
Sure.
And then you realize that, wait a minute,
Yeah.
there was a similarity in the strategies that I used.
Yeah.
Many of us fail to recognize when we're going into failure because we're always studying strategies of how to become successful,
Sure.
how to become.
Yeah.
But the moment we use a strategy of failure, we fail to even pick it up. And you were able, unfortunately, yes, you realized it late, but at least you found it.
Yeah.
I always say life will keep on throwing the same problem at you until you learn the lesson.
That is so true.
And you learned the lesson.
Yeah, that is so true.
And I'm hoping that has probably freed you, you know, going forward.
That is so true. You are talking as a master coach right now, NLP. But what is your journey? What led you now to be a master coach or a trainer, an NLP trainer?
So yeah, it's actually quite a journey, actually.
All right.
But it started off with me firstly becoming aware that I'm afraid of speaking in public. So, I mean, my parents spent money taking me to very expensive schools.
Okay.
And I went to those schools, but I realized, the first time I realized that I was actually afraid of speaking in public was when I was speaking about my favorite subject, you know. I was speaking about soccer, something I'm really passionate about.
Yeah.
But I sat there and I was scared.
Oh,
You know, I was scared.
Okay.
And I remember looking at my classmates and they looked a bit awkward, but I thought at least nobody can see my secret. Nobody can see that I'm scared. Let me
Okay.
continue.
Yeah.
Then my voice gave up and started shaking.
Okay.
And the moment my voice started shaking, I could see the discomfort in everyone.
Mm.
I decided, let me just pretend I was just playing around and joking, you know, just become this person who just doesn't care.
Okay.
So I got off the stage, I stepped, I sat down, I was like, I didn't even want to do the talk anyway.
Okay.
So I became rebellious throughout high school so I can hide my fear of speaking in public.
I get you.
But I always had this thing that I want to make an impact in people's lives. But you know, we believe to make an impact in people's lives is to become a doctor, you know. But my grades, because I settled for average, were not good enough for me to go and study medicine. So I went to Medunsa, I studied psychology, and I fell in love with psychology. Through falling in love with psychology, that's when I decided, you know what, let me look for work in that field.
Okay.
And somewhere along the line, I decided to improve my skill set. And that's when I bumped into NLP.
Yeah.
The first course that I did in NLP in 2013 got rid of my fear of speaking in public.
Ah, okay.
And I thought, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I want to start using this with my clients.
Okay.
I started using it with my clients. I started coaching people, seeing clients to help them experience what I was experiencing. And something happened where my clients were like, no, Thabiso, you know what? You need, because I was working with people with mental health and addiction problems and so forth, with the aim of reintegrating them back into society. They said, Thabiso, no. You are helping us set goals. We also want to hear your goals.
You okay?
I wrote down my goals and I said, I want to be an NLP trainer. I want to do what that guy was doing to me.
Yeah,
I want to
sure.
do that. I wrote that down, trust me.
Yeah.
I realized there's so much power in writing down your goals because 3 months later, I get a call from these guys. They're like, Thabiso, we've been watching you on social media. We want to sponsor you to do all our courses until you're a trainer.
Ha.
I get sponsored.
Yeah.
I had to take leave. But I realized something there in that moment that, you know what, someone is always watching you.
Sure.
Even when you think nobody's watching you, someone is watching you. Are you doing the things that will make people open doors for you when they are watching you?
Yeah.
That was the greatest lesson for me in that journey. I went through it, I completed, I got to become a trainer. And the guys said, please resign. Can you join us and become a trainer? At the same time at work, I was offered to be the acting CEO. And I thought, which journey do I take?
Yeah.
But I knew I always wanted to make an impact in people's lives, and I knew what my dream was.
Sure.
When you know what your purpose is, distractions are going to come around. And distractions always look lucrative. They look better than your dream.
The CEO title.
Exactly.
Sure.
And I decided, no, I'm going this route. I resigned. I never trained a day for that company.
Okay.
Because the managers fought, they could not fill the courses. I did not have a contract. So I became an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Along the journey, at some point I tried to end my life because I thought, now I'm losing my car, I'm losing everything. I was not prepared for this. And I remember I sent out my CV one night. One company responded, and I said, okay, at least I know I can find work if I want. Let me go for this route.
Okay.
And I went. That's how I bumped into various competitors now. I worked for them. And along the journey, I decided, I got a group of students. And this is why I started my company, because I always felt this journey to become an NLP trainer is very expensive.
Yeah.
And not many black people are getting this exposure.
Sure.
And, so along the journey, then some students were like, no, Thabiso, we'll only refer students to you when you have your own academy.
Which is true, though.
And I thought, okay, it's fine. It is something in the plans, but my plan was 2 years' time. They got me to again commit, and I said, okay, in 6 months' time I launched. But before then, that's when I got nominated by my patients for the NLP Awards,
I remember
in London.
Social media. Yeah.
So funny enough about that is that when they nominated me, I was training for another company, and this company said, you know what, we want a bottle. Obviously they stopped. They wanted me to become a permanent employee. I thought, I can't do that. So they bottlenecked me. And that's when I decided, you know what, I guess this is the reason I must go. I must do what I want to do.
Yeah.
There's always something else you can do. What is it that I can do?
Yeah.
I decided I'm going to these awards. But it took somebody who came to me and said, Thabiso, I want to sponsor you. I'd given up on this dream. I decided I'll go there next year when I've got money, because obviously I didn't have funds.
Yeah.
I needed to fund myself to go to London. Through that's how this person who literally believed in my dream more than me said, I want to pledge for you to go there because I think you deserve to win this award. That's how I ended up going to London. Got to London, and I realized I'm the only black. I'm the only black
representing
who's in those platforms.
Yeah.
When I came back, I said, no, I want to create an opportunity for more blacks to get this opportunity.
Sure.
To
That's
get
nice.
to these platforms.
That's nice.
And I realized those people were so hungry for South African stories. They're hungry for African stories. And I mean, they said, Thabiso, next year we want you to come present. We will tailor-make the theme around you, if we have to. But please do that. Since then, I've presented every year at the NLP conference, again this year, probably again next year. And having launched the academy, I think I've gotten an opportunity to make a difference in people's lives who before thought that we don't need help.
What I'm picking up from you here, that's a beautiful story. What I'm picking up here is actually that you writing your goals down, it works together with the law of attraction. Because of you has said in your mind that this is what I want.
Definitely.
Now, as a law of attraction, now how do I now make that goal a reality? You coming with your vibrations and your energy. How do I now magnify the intense feeling of me becoming this type of a person?
Yes. You see, understanding how the law of attraction works is that when you've got a desire from within you, it does not come just from the intellect. Okay. It's an inspiration from your spirit. Your spirit inspires you. It's a possibility-seeking expression, because you need to understand what you call the source, your creator.
Yeah.
It wants to expand, but it can only expand through you. Then it inspires the desire. Then the scripture says, it gives you the desires of your heart. So the desire is inspired even far beyond from your spirit. It's not the intellect, because a purpose of being human is to create.
Sure.
You are like God. You are a creator.
Yeah.
So you cannot be here if you are not creating. You may not be maybe able to reach to your desires, living them. But in terms of creating, you have already done, because the spiritual dimension or the vibrational dimension precede the physical manifestation.
I hear you.
Everything you see, this table was once an idea, which means it existed on the beyond the physical space before it could manifest in the. So when Thabiso launched, the spirit launch it. And then what the spirit does, it puts all the cooperative entities that must make that dream. The person that was supposed to sponsor you was already put ahead. Now, the issue, it becomes about the personality of the person who's carrying the body, who's driving the body. How are you matching up what already exists? Because on the vibrational level, there is no process. Everything, there's no time, space, process kind of. You understand? It happens immediately, it's put together. That's why if you read scriptures from conscious point of view, not religiously, it says, before they even talk, I will hear an answer.
Wait, just pause right there. Pause right there. We're coming right after the break, guys. We want him to unpack more of what he just said. Stay tuned. Guys, as Coach Daniel was saying, please elaborate more. You touched something as a scripture. What does the scripture say?
The scripture says, before they speak, I will hear. I will answer. He said, I will answer them before they speak. That means there is a part of you that is heard without words. Real prayer does not happen when you make words. The universe does not hear what you say. It hears what you mean, vibration.
Let's unpack the topic. Let's unpack vibration. What do we mean by vibration? There's a viewer out there at home who we're talking about vibration. They're like, what are these guys talking about? Please, can you just, I know you are vibes people, vibes concept. Just explain what is vibration. What are we talking about here?
Okay, when you're talking about vibration, okay, I will talk about what is common society, because we are religiously educated mostly. They talk about a human being is a spirit, God is spirit. That is energy. So vibration is energy in motion. So when you're talking about your emotions, is energy in motion. So a human being, actually being spirit, you are energy. That's why you look at your own body is made of atoms. Atoms also, they express energy. So you are electricity. As a human being, who you are actually, you are electricity. You may look like a physical body as matter, but actually it's just a condensed energy there, but actually who you are. So when you are talking about vibration now, talking about that energy moving to executing an intention.
Yes. Okay, I hear you. Yes. Okay, that's quite nice.
So we were saying that I must explain the scripture, that actually desire, it's your spirit expressing the divine intention. Now, how do desires are born? Desires are born by experiencing life. As a human being, you came as a spirit being. One thing you came on earth for is to face contrast. The planet Earth gives you environment to experience the opposite of who you are. Because you cannot a desire or preference without experiencing the opposite. When you get what you don't want, you prefer something better. When you get a boyfriend that will treat you, you prefer, man, I desire somebody to love me. Then that desire is launched within your heart. Immediately, it is heard far better. That is why if you read scriptures, I said, not religiously, consciously. The scripture says, it says, the spirit prays with groanings that cannot be uttered with words. That means the spirit launches on your behalf, not with words that are hearing. You understand? So it happens that there is no prayer with words. Prayer happens energetically. So source, which is called God, already knows what you want and answer immediately. So your job now is to line up like Abraham did, not considering the depthness of Sarah's womb. He said he was strong in faith, giving glory. He saw himself as a father. So you have a personality now. Your job is to align your personality with what source says. Everything is done. It's not like you're thinking that I am one to be. I am. I I am. So now you work on your personality.
Yeah.
Then your personality, why? Because your thought and your body.
Yeah.
Your thought is triggers, it's called electrical signal.
Yeah.
Then the body, a magnetic,
Sure.
electromagnetic. So your body has got a signature, which is an aura, energy, it's expressing energy,
Sure.
thought and a feeling, emotion. So you work on how we are thinking and how we are feeling.
How you're
So
feeling.
if you rise up your energy, feeling good,
Yeah.
then therefore you are aligned with source.
The vibration must go
The-
high.
your vibration must be high because you must understand the scripture says, delight yourself in the Lord. He will give you the desires.
Yeah.
The desires won't come if there is no delightfulness.
It's already in there.
They must be delightful in the personality. The body must be delighted.
I
Then
love that.
it becomes a vibrational match.
I love that.
Therefore, because if you are feeling low vibration, not feeling good,
Sure.
you are out of alignment with source.
Yeah.
Then therefore nothing will happen. You will keep on desiring. The heavens are full of your blessings, of your money, of your material cars,
All this stuff.
but they are not coming into reality. Because why? We are not a vibrational
You are
match.
here, you
So
still know.
everybody's got access to God because everyone carries God.
Yeah.
God is within every human.
Yeah.
But others, they will not see their dream becoming a reality
Yeah.
because the personality they drive, the body they drive, the way they think and feel is opposite to what source. I know the thoughts I have for you.
Yeah.
Good
So to
thoughts
prosper, sure.
to prosper you.
Yeah.
So it means your source is always, thoughts cannot come and join you in your thinking, poverty thinking.
You
It's
must
gonna stick. Source cannot change. You always think stays there. This body came here to introduce us to the opposite of who we are. Who we are love.
Yeah.
We are
love.
joy, we are peace, we are happiness, we are excitement, we are
That's who we
creativity.
are.
That's who we are in our nature. Hence, when you are experiencing that which you're opposite of, it does not feel comfortable.
doesn't feel nice at
no,
all. You
there's
feel
something
depressed,
that
you feel
tells you
stuck,
this is
you
not
feel-
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you are not, it's not you who you are,
need to
because
come
you are
out
a
of the
spirit
space.
being. We walk by faith, not by what we see.
Yeah.
You understand I'm trying to say?
I hear you. Kostabiso, I know in NLP.
Daniel is
should
on
be
fire, man.
When you were
This guy's vibrating on another level. But you know what I'm loving?
Yeah.
I'm connecting so much with what he's saying.
Yeah.
Because it really resonates with what we teach in NLP.
Sure.
You know, it resonates completely.
Yeah.
As you are speaking right now, you know, hey, when you say that everything begins with the thought.
Sure.
But I want to first describe, you know, when I say who am I cannot limit it to what I see.
Yeah.
Because when I'm standing here, guys, I'm a combination of everything, all the qualities I possess right now,
Yeah.
all the opportunities I possess right now, all the
Yeah.
skills I possess that I'm aware of and those that I'm not even aware
Yeah.
of. But I'm also a combination of all those things I'm still going to achieve in the future
Sure.
that I'm aware of and those I'm not even aware of. A combination of all those things I've achieved in the past, the lessons I've gained,
Yeah.
those that I'm aware of and those I'm not even aware of. When I say going into the past, where do I begin?
Yeah.
When the Lord spoke the word.
Yeah.
That's who I am. I begin from there.
Yeah.
And my life continues to live through the legacy I leave behind. But as you are sharing right now, I'm reminded, you know, remember the difference, and this is my understanding of the difference between a calling and purpose. Because I think there's a message that is in me that I'm supposed to share and live in the world.
Sure.
That's my calling. That's my calling. That's the message that's already in me that
Yeah.
I'm supposed to share.
Yeah.
Then the purpose is something that I'm supposed to still create.
Ah.
Remember, I was created to create, as you are saying.
Yeah.
And
They're
that's
the
something that
creators.
is going to live long before me, long after me.
Yeah.
That's how I continue to live, through ideas that we're planting. As you're speaking now, you're planting ideas. You're planting seeds in us. And everyone that is listening right now, you're planting those things.
Yeah.
But let us quickly just unpack this thing of the concept in terms of how you're explaining, how we experience certain emotions. Sometimes what we think is important is what our parents thought was important.
yeah.
What our teachers thought was important, or what people that we looked up to
The
thought
teachings,
was
yeah.
important. The teachings we learned from people that we look up to.
Yeah.
That has become what's important.
Yeah.
Maybe sometime in my life somebody said, hey, Tabiso, when you're good at numbers,
Yeah.
hey, man, you should become an accountant. And I'm following a purpose
Just
of
there,
becoming an
sure.
accountant, not being something that is important to me. It's also the things, our beliefs, you know?
Yeah.
Am I adopting beliefs that are empowering me to grow? Or am I adopting beliefs that are limiting me in life?
Yeah.
Those things act as filters that affect how I receive all this information.
yeah.
Because all this information is there, everything. You know, you mentioned that
They are there, they are placed. The moment I have this idea in my head, people are placed, opportunities are placed. The unconscious mind, guys, right now as we are sitting here, the unconscious mind is aware of all these little holes here. It's aware of everything in here. But remember, as people, this human body that we've been given, we are limited in terms of how much information we can process. And the information we process is so limited based on what we choose to focus on.
Yeah.
Because that's now when
Our
we are going
focus,
into
yeah.
vibration. What is vibration?
Yeah.
Vibration is what stimulates me. What
Yeah.
stimulates me is where energy goes.
Yes.
Where energy goes,
Focus.
attention flows.
Sure.
Where attention flows, guess what? I manifest that into my life.
That's so
And I'm
true.
surprised why I'm creating things without me knowing what it is.
Unconsciously.
Unconsciously. I'm not aware how am I creating all these
Sure.
things, but I'm doing them unconsciously. But remember, my interpretation of all this information, there's different approaches that work out there. Some approaches will say, no, get up and start acting.
Sure.
And then you start feeling the motivation. You know, you have those things.
How do I now vibrate to the level of the things that I want?
I think
Let's say
it's-
there's a viewer out there who is like, I like this, but how do I now, raise my vibrations?
So maybe looking at what we call this term that talks about vibrations, we call it the reticular activating system. So the reticular activating system is actually a group of neurons. So I love the fact that when you brought it, you said energy. Our body is
Sure.
energy, all the
Yeah,
atoms.
electricity, yeah.
And how this energy works, these neurons, to show you how powerful our bodies are. Even if you take these neurons or cells and put them in a box and put adrenaline in there, they will all run to that. Put poison in there, they will spray. So
Ah.
even at a cellular level,
Ah.
our bodies are still vibrating.
Okay.
They're still vibrating.
Sure.
Because everything goes through our nervous system. So when we look at our nervous system, we need to start consciously tuning your vibrations into attracting the things that you want. Because we are already doing it unconsciously.
Yeah, that's true.
Remember, in life, we're doing things that we are aware of.
Yeah.
And I always say the problems that we have in life are sitting in our conscious mind and also in our unconscious mind. Our conscious mind is that which we are aware of. So we have problems that we are aware of and problems we're not aware of. We have opportunities we are aware of and opportunities we're not aware of.
Yeah.
How I tune my vibration will determine what I attract in life. And for me, this I learned through working with various clients, and I realized common denominator was self-esteem.
Okay.
Self-esteem in everyone that had problems. Common denominator was self-esteem. And I looked at various things that affect one's self-esteem. And I thought, first thing is how I look at this physical body.
Sure.
What do I look for? What am I, have I tuned myself into looking for? Am I looking for the things that I love, or am I looking for the things that I don't love? That's the first thing.
Yeah.
And then I went into our resources, the things that we are good at. What am I focusing on? Am I focusing on the things that I don't like about them, the things that I'm not good at, because I tend to compare myself to other people? Or am I focusing on things that I'm good at? So much that even when I go for an interview, I have to Google, what are my strengths? Do you not even know what you're good at?
You have to Google first.
What are you good at? And then the last one, we have a tendency of looking at mistakes that we've made in the past.
Yeah.
Instead of looking at the things that we've achieved that we are proud of. What are those things that you've achieved? So looking at all those three things, you start mentioning these consciously.
Sure.
So that you get to a point where unconsciously you can begin to get your mind to start looking for those things. There's something about the unconscious mind. The moment you start doing something consciously, your unconscious mind will start looking for proof to prove you right.
To prove you
So
right.
the reticular activating system, what it does is it looks for proof to prove you right.
Yeah.
What do you believe? You
Yeah.
are afraid.
Yeah.
And guess what? You're afraid of what? Your mind said, let me look for proof to prove you right. Even if I have to delete certain information, even if I have to distort certain things, so I can prove you right. And guess what?
You did prove yourself right.
Because already it was there. You started doing things that you were not even aware of that made sure that this happens. It becomes a reality.
I like that. I love that. On that note, I have learned a few things here to say that where is your focus, and as well to say that you are the creator of your life. So you gotta ask yourself right now, what are you creating? On that note, we'll hear more from the coaches. Stay tuned. Welcome back, guys. Coach Daniel, I like what Thabiso was saying from an NLP about the rest and the focus. From a law of attraction coach, How do I not really just say to myself, I now want to attract the abundance that I want?
Yeah. You see, there is something that is said. You spoke about that from a cellular level.
Yeah.
A body is made of trillions
Yeah.
of cells.
Sure.
It says from a cellular level, if you put a nutrients this side and put a poison this side, a cells will choose going for the nutrients than to go for the poison.
For the poison.
So it shows us how we are as human beings.
Sure.
The purpose I was saying that we came here to create. So even cells, they've got preference.
They want to go where they
You see, that is how creation is. We are as human beings,
Yeah.
we need to understand.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, you need to understand your body.
Yeah.
Understand your body. What runs you is your habits. Now, let's look at it. How does a habit is formed? What you call your personality, you have a personality. Normally, a personality is what creates your personal reality.
Okay.
So what you see outside is it's an expression of what your personality has created. Normally, the tendency of thoughts and feeling, because when you think a thought, it releases hormones
Yeah.
that are related. If, for instance, anger thoughts, adrenaline, cortisol, those hormones are going to secrete in your body. Normally, by nature, they are addictive. They are like a drug.
Sure.
So when you wake up in the morning, those hormones will trigger the body.
Okay.
Hey, we crave. Yesterday we had
We
this
created this,
rush,
sure.
you know, come back today. You understand?
yeah.
Then therefore those hormones, they come back now. The body now is signaling to, trying to stimulate the mind. You know, I want that feeling again, you know.
Sure.
I want that Menrex again.
Yeah.
Give me,
Yeah.
you
You wanna
understand?
feel high again.
You want to feel high
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
So the body psych you up to have more adrenaline than we had yesterday. So now, when now you are not aware, the mood is being Now, from a mood, it goes into a temperament.
Okay.
From a temperament, if it goes for weeks, all the day, when you wake up in the morning, you feel the same way. From temperament, it goes into personality.
Okay.
Then now we start labeling you.
Sure.
That bitter woman, that's something. You understand what I'm trying to say? So it's your personality.
Sure,
Now
yeah.
it means now you've got the electromagnetic signature. You are expressing a certain energy. So you need to understand, around us, we've got what you call the quantum field of energy.
Yeah.
This quantum field of energy is now, it has to echo back based
What?
on the energy.
Sure.
Because you are,
Send it out there.
you are transmitting, you are broadcasting.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
You are a broadcasting center.
Yeah.
Now you are saying to the universe, what must come back to you? You understand? So now people are not conscious, as Tavis is saying, people are not aware of is
what
that
they
with a
are.
personality.
Sure.
So for you must know that your personal reality you are living is an outcome of your personality. It's how you think and feel on a daily basis. Now, I always tell the people, all of us, we've got an opportunity to jumpstart ourselves, to change our habits.
Sure.
You know what happened? You need to understand why you can be stressed all day long. But one thing you are looking for, you know, that can rescue you is a nap.
Okay. Want to sleep?
You want to sleep.
Sure.
Because you know what?
Yeah.
The magic happens when you sleep.
Yeah.
Actually, sleep is death.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell me more.
Sleep is death.
Okay.
You know what happened? What happened? When you sleep,
Yeah.
the body and the spirit, personality, they separate.
body's here.
Hence that you experience the peace. You understand? You get a relief. So when you wake up in the morning, you wake up in the morning in a far better state. Now what happened now? The law of attraction now, it's a law, energy, it's a momentum energy that says if one thought comes,
Yeah.
there must be another thought
Sure.
like it follows. It's a momentum energy.
for like,
That's what
yeah.
we call law of attraction. It's a momentum
Yeah.
energy. So when you wake up in the morning, you are coming in, you will see the tendency will be how you slept
Last night.
the energy, like the thoughts that you're playing, that they will want to come back.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
But now they don't come with intensity.
Yeah.
One will come.
All right.
It waits for 17, 16 seconds.
Okay. If you
You understand?
entertain it or
You
not.
understand? So now if you are not responding now, if you are not intentional about responding to it, then another thought like it will
Comes in
come.
again.
If now you wait till 7 start, 8 o'clock start, now a momentum start. Now you can't turn back there. It's going to be harder to turn back. So the first thing you need to do, it's like if you take a car in a mountain,
Yeah.
you unlock a handbrake. If you don't stop it to a meter
Yeah.
before,
Before. Yeah. before.
once it
rolls
goes
back.
down, it increases the
Sure.
momentum.
Yeah.
You won't stop it.
Yeah.
It runs over you.
Okay.
Same things with our thoughts.
Yeah.
So when you wake up in the morning, you must have a plan of saying that. First thing, you remind yourself, gratitude. You know,
Yeah.
appreciation. Appreciating the bed where you are sleeping in.
Yeah.
thank you for this bed,
Yeah.
the comfort of these blankets, thanking for everyone around you. So now what happened now? You are giving direction now,
Okay, where
for-
now you
to the
wanna
law of
see.
attraction, how it must. Now once you start appreciation, appreciation is energy, is vibration. Once you appreciate, you are having, it's like you are saying, I have. You are appreciating of what you have. So thoughts that I don't have, like going back, thinking about I don't have money, they won't come. So now you are setting up energy. So now if you are smart enough, you know how to meditate. You go to meditate. 15 minutes for meditation is nice. You are quieting your mind. I always say, people say meditation is difficult. It is because there is already habit of thoughts. But the very greatest thing, if you can learn how to breathe, breathing it's a very powerful technique to be able to, because a soul and the body connects through breath.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
Your being,
union,
the human being,
union is in the heart. The union is in the heart. So if you can breathe, learn to breathing from your heart. The heart is where is only center where there is no polarity.
All right.
You understand?
Yeah.
There is no opposite. Union of a soul and the body is in the heart.
within, yeah.
When you learn one thing, if you are angry,
Yeah.
you'll see actually the movement is in the stomach. Yes.
Pay attention to
You,
that.
if you are angry or somebody angers you, you'll feel there is a movement
From
in
the
the stomach,
stomach,
which
okay.
means adrenaline. That means there is an energy center responsible for those emotions. Because what separates the conscious mind and the subconscious is analytical mind. That analytical mind, it dissolves.
Okay.
Then therefore you get into the subconscious operational system. Then therefore you need to understand. Your spirit already knows your desires.
Yeah.
So what it does, it kicks in. There will be maybe sometimes negative things, but they don't disturb you. They have to come up to be get rid of.
Okay, to get
So
rid
that you get those desires that you, it's like they become one with you. You wear them like a cloth. When you come back, you are so elevated. You are feeling good. You are feeling worthy. So now feeling worthy and everything like that is a byproduct. It's something that who you are. It's like you connect to who you are. You are already love. Then somebody is looking for love.
We love feeling good. It's a good
Feeling
thing
good
to
is
feel
who you
good.
are.
Yeah.
That is it.
That's
But I'm saying
love,
that through meditation, you can do that. Then therefore you'll find that you have set up a foundation. When you leave that place, only good things, thoughts are going to come. Because you need to understand, even I always tell people, affirmations, why they don't work. It is because you need to level energy first. He said it.
Yeah.
You need to make sure that energy first. There must be a right energy. If you are not feeling good, you are trying to affirm,
Yeah.
I am rich.
What signal
You-
is there? There's nothing.
it backfires.
Okay.
Actually, it activated the lack
The negative part of it.
the negative part is, so you need to level the energy first. Seek first the kingdom.
Yeah.
All will be added.
Hallelujah.
That's how it is.
I get you. How
course.
can you help a viewer out there who's going through this? What is
So
one
remember-
tip or two tips?
So I think what he's mentioning now already is I need to realize the need
Okay.
that this behavior is fulfilling.
Okay.
Whatever it is that I'm doing, I need to become aware, how is it going to benefit me?
Awareness,
Because we look for, and if this person has decided to stop caring, what is this person seeking? Freedom, peace. And if I'm seeking peace, what are healthy ways to find that peace?
Ah.
So I start seeking and exploring healthier ways because now I know what I want.
It's focus again.
I know what I
Focusing on
want.
the-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly what he's speaking about. I know what I want. But, you also mentioned some things there in terms of how we manifest certain emotion, certain emotional states in our lives and just our day-to-day thinking. We have a tendency of creating certain things. And I wanted to just go back quickly to just the res and how it certainly works. Remember, I don't know if you found yourself in a situation where you're hearing a lot of noise in the background.
Okay.
But you can switch it off.
Oh, yeah.
But if you hear your name, you're gonna
you
focus
want to pay
there.
attention, yeah.
That's your res.
Okay.
It's constantly listening for information.
Yeah.
And if you're not aware for what information you are listening to, you might be picking up and listening for information that is not helping you or that keeps you stuck.
I get you.
And one key thing is to become aware. You mentioned thoughts. As you mentioned thoughts, we must become aware of our thoughts.
Yeah.
What creates our thoughts is the conversations that we have with ourselves. Right now, if I say Toriso, just in your head without verbalizing anything, I want you to say Toriso with a French accent.
I don't know.
Okay? So if you could, just any French or Russian accent.
Okay.
Okay, just say it in your mouth.
Yeah.
Okay?
In my mind.
In your mind,
Okay.
in your mind, without
Yeah.
verbalizing
Yeah.
it. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Can you hear it?
Not really.
Okay? So try and say Toriso.
Oh,
With a
okay.
Russian accent.
and notice what you're hearing.
Yeah.
And I want you to try it wherever you are at home.
Yeah.
But listen and notice.
Yeah.
If you heard yourself, with which mouth did you speak with?
Okay.
And with which ears did you listen with?
Okay.
We are not conscious of how we speak to ourselves and what exactly we are listening to that we are saying about ourselves. We need to start becoming conscious of those conversations we are having with ourselves and become conscious. Remember, this is happening unconsciously.
Sure.
I just made you do it consciously right now. And if
Yeah.
you're able to do it now, then you become conscious of the conversations that you are having with yourselves.
Yeah.
Remember, you are having a conversation with yourself both in verbally
Yeah.
and also non-verbally, in how
Yeah.
you treat yourself, how you behave, how you carry yourself, how you conduct yourself
Sure.
generally in life. What are you communicating to yourself and to the world out there? Become aware that you are the universe. The goal that which you seek is not out there.
Yeah.
I think there's so many books that have been written. The goal that you seek
Yeah.
is right here where you began.
Yeah.
Where is that?
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
The goal is me.
I like that.
And if we go through life knowing that, I loved what you said, because you said, I'm simply seeking an expression of that desire. That desire is where? It's coming from where? From within.
From
It's
within,
me.
yeah.
I'm simply, just making myself bigger through discovering how much bigger I really am. But we are simply just not even aware of how powerful, how big we really are.
I've learned a lot.
And we
I've
limit
learned a lot
ourselves
from
to
you
those
guys.
little things that we think this is tangible.
Sure.
This is realistic. And reality is just a figment of my imagination.
Just imagination is a thought. On that thought, where do we get hold of you guys? There's a viewer out there who said, wow, I want to be part of this. I want to understand what is happening. I want to become their coachee. I want to get hold of them. Where do they get hold of you? Coach Tavis, where do they?
So
Yeah.
let's see. Twitter and Instagram, Coach Taviso ZA.
Okay.
Coach Taviso ZA on all those platforms. Facebook is Taviso Mailula. And I think you want to get more information about the academy, which is the Subconscious Frequency Academy.
Okay.
So it's www.subconsciousfrequency.academy. So that's the academy. And then obviously if you want to interact with me personally, then that is Perception in Motion. You can find us on Facebook. You can also find us on our website, which is www.perceptioninmotion.co.za.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Coach Daniel,
Yes.
where do we get hold of you?
Okay, my Facebook is where mostly I am more present.
Yes, I
Yes,
agree.
Yes, I'm more present
I
on my
agree.
Facebook. My Facebook page is Daniel Mukuye Global. Then also you can get me Daniel Mukuye MGUYE.
Okay.
Yeah. Then you get me Instagram, same Daniel Mukuye
Mukuye.
Global.
Okay.
It's Daniel Mukuye. So
Okay.
then you can get me there and everything. It's easier.
It's easier than
Yes,
Thank
yeah.
you so much, coaches. Thank you for this impactful session. Viewers out there, I hope you guys have learned a lot from this session. I mean, I've learned the power of thought, the power of emotions, the power of focus, and how you can just tune in to the things that you want by merely just trying to just switch off your mind and meditate to the things that you want. And the whole point is to actually elevate our vibration, because wherever that we are vibrating at, we're literally attracting out there, because the universe, it is full of abundance. So it is up to you where your focus is. Focus on the good, you will eventually see more of the good. On that note, we will see you guys on our next episode here on